Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chaotic Little Book Corner. My name is Acacia. Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks of really low lows and really high highs, and I'm starting to feel a little crazy. So, I figured I would try and film today to get myself into a headspace of doing normal things, if that's a thing. So yeah, we're gonna do 2 videos today. One is gonna be my mid-month wrap-up, and the other one is gonna be a book haul. I know I just did a book haul, but I kind of had... Yeah, I'll explain that in the book haul, but it's a thing. So we're gonna go in order of least to most enjoyed. I have 2, 4, 6 books here. Not a lot, but I figured I'd just, do this and then see what else I can read after this. But I haven't been reading a lot, so that explains it. So the first one that I have for books that I liked but didn't love is Unclean Jobs for Women and Girls, stories by Alyssa Nutting. I will definitely read stories or books written by Alyssa Nutting after this. I really liked her writing style. I really thought it's dark. It's really dark. It's really twisted, and it feels very uncomfortable, but it's great. It's a really surreal collection. It's misfits and people that struggle, and it's just one of those story collections that just has that magical realism, dark, twisted, messed up kind of feel, and it just flows really well. I like it a lot. For me, I liked these stories. Let's see. Do they not have a table of contents? Yes, they do. So I liked Porn Star and Cannibal Lover, and I can't remember the title of it, but the one where she shares her body with ants. I like that one too. I really enjoyed a lot of these stories, but I didn't love all of them. I'm going to keep this collection. I liked it enough to do that, and I want to have Alyssa Nutting's books. So I have to pick up Tampa and Made for Love eventually and see how I feel about those. Tampa is going to be interesting because it's going to be a sexual predator who's a woman versus a man, and that's going to be very different. But yeah, I liked that. Then this one... Ooh. This one was interesting. So this one I thought I was going to love. And I did love it on some levels, but on other levels, I wasn't thrilled. So this is Supper Club by Laura Williams. I'm going to keep it. I think it might do better on a reread. There were some moments where I felt a little confused and some moments where I felt a little lost. This is the story of a girl who spends most of her time trying to avoid being noticed and avoid being seen. And she puts herself into situations that just kind of make her invisible. And so she joins the Supper Club, which is a group of women who just gorge themselves on food. And she has avoided food and a relationship with food for years. And so suddenly she is gaining weight, taking up more space physically, taking up more space mentally, and you're watching her change and adjust and feel different. I liked it, and it sounds right up my alley. It works quite well, but again, I had some confusing moments in here and just a couple of moments that I felt very lost. Then we have this one. This is Amanda Yates Garcia, Memoir of a Witch Initiated. So this is a nonfiction, and it's blurbed by a lot of people I really like. and it stood up as a interesting feminist dark magic feel kind of book. It was good, but I didn't love it. I felt that the premise was really interesting, but the execution kind of lacked. I thought that the overall feel and tone of the book was much more man-hating than just feminist, which is not the feminist ideations that I subscribe to. And it had some valuable points about perception and things that men do, but I just didn't think it was that great. Again, I'm going to keep it because I thought it was interesting and I think I might revisit it at some point. But it was difficult to get through, and I felt a little bit of a struggle with it. Then the second book that I read this year after Supper Club was Sarah Waters' Paying Guest. I wanted to read a book from the 20s, so I did this. This was good. I would say that this is my second least favorite. I need to reread Tipping the Velvet because right now that's my least favorite. But this one just felt slow and a little less interesting, and the romance was less believable, and everything kind of moved in a weird direction, and I didn't find myself immersed in the time period, and I didn't love it. I didn't find it her strongest book. I'm gonna keep it. I want to have all of her books on my shelf. I liked it enough to have it there, but it was still a 4-star read. But if you compare it to Sarah Waters' books, it's probably a 3-star read. So if you're comparing it to general books, it's a 4-star, but if you're comparing it to Sarah Waters, it's a 3-star, if that makes sense. So it's okay. It's just not great. I didn't think it was excellent. So this one is a story of a mother and daughter who end up renting out part of their house in order to help maintain a livable lifestyle. And yeah, I mean, the romance between the two of the characters was just not as believable, and it felt forced rather than natural and given. So yeah, I just wasn't 100% in love with it. I just didn't adore it. But yeah, it was okay. But then I did have 2 5-star reads. The first one I have is Miranda Popke, Topics of Conversation. This I loved. This is a book of the month book for January. It was absolutely astounding. I have been wanting it for a while, and I've requested it for review, and I didn't get it. I kind of figured I wouldn't just because it's a bigger release, but I wasn't sure, so I tried. But this was just so good. So I would say plot-wise, there's very limited plot. It is mostly you following one character as she has simultaneous conversations with many different people about women, about relationships, about sex, about marriage, about education, about rape. It's just really interesting, and it dives into some really intense conversations. It's also got some very judgmental sentences in it, so you're not feeling like the book is judgmental. You're feeling like the character is being judgmental, but it's the kind of things that you yourself would think. So there's, in the second chapter, there's a girl talking about this girl who was in a relationship with a guy who was known for date rape. And they hadn't had sex in the longest time or ever that she knew of. And so she was really wondering why he was with this girl, what this girl had that she didn't, why this girl was so important. And then they're at a party and she watches this girl go into a bedroom with this guy and then him come out and zip his pants. And the whole conversation starts off because earlier that day she saw a picture of the girl smiling. And it's been years since that night, but she said her smile was not the same as it was before that night. And it just really struck her. So there's judgment on her part about the woman because there's jealousy, but she doesn't understand why there's jealousy because she knows this is a bad guy. It's all very interesting. I really liked it. I thought it was really deep and meaningful. It's super short, super short. I think it's about 220 pages maybe. Really quick to get through. I really loved it. I definitely would recommend it. And then the one that I liked the most so far this year, so far this year, but also so far this month, is Long Live the Tribe of Fatherless Girls. This is by T. Kira Madden. I saw this on Mercedes' channel. I'd wanted it before. I'd actually wanted it for a while. I just hadn't picked it up, and I hadn't thought to like go out of my way to pick it up, but it is blurbed by like Sarah Gerard, Matt Bell, Mary Gateskill. Is it Gateskill or Gatesel? Julia Bunting. It's a bunch of people that I really, Lauren Groff. It's just a lot of people that I really respect and I like their work. And I read LGBTQ, but I don't search it out. I have a lot of I struggle quite a bit with reading LGBTQ conversations and books just because of my own personal experience with being LGBTQ. I'm not claiming to be LGBTQ because I haven't dated multiple women, but I've dated some women. And I have parts that identify as queer. So I have a very mixed relationship with that, but this tackles LGBTQ conversations very well. It also talks about abuse and neglect and relationships with parents, and it's just a really good book overall. I really loved it. I thought it was great. I wouldn't say, well, maybe not abuse, not outright abuse at least, but her parents are pretty hardcore. Her relationship with them has a lot of ups and downs, and there's definite conflict within the book. That I just thought was really well executed. I loved this and I would definitely recommend it. So yeah, those are all the books that I have read so far this year, so far this month. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, click that subscribe button down below. I post videos every Tuesday and Thursday. I post on my blog every Wednesday. Forgot to post on Wednesday yesterday, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, I will get back to my blog. I will get back to my blog soon. I just, with everything that's going on with me emotionally, I'm really struggling to get anything done. So bear with me. And then I have a Patreon. If you would like to join my Patreon, the link is in the description, and $1 will get you into my book club. You're more than welcome to join at any point in time. We are reading Long Bright River right now. I really hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I think I already said that. I love my Patreons. I love my subscribers, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.